good and decent people of YouTube today, do I have a special for you. The queen of all Karens, the ultimate Karen, Lauren Boebert. As you all may know, she was caught Karening out at a Beetlejuice musical, vaping, getting felt up, and feeling others up in public. Wow. And then she said, "Do you know who I am? The Karenicity on display is top-notch. It gets no better. So, I have her getting roasted by everyone on Earth for about 30 minutes straight. I mean everyone, from shock jock Howard Stern to the good old ladies at The View, ex-Republican strategist Steve Schmidt, and even a news reporter from her own state, Denver's own, Kyle Clark. And at the very end, please stay tuned to the end, because I have her mother Karening out, and I roast her. It's the Karen Boebert special, guys. Enjoy. First up, Howard Stern, and I have a feeling we'll be coming back to him a few times today.
Lauren Boebert is a disgrace to this country, not because of the video. You are 100% right. Forget the politics. She's in a dress. If you saw the video, she's in a dress. She's with some dude. Looks like she's, obviously vaping, but also looks like she might be grabbing his penis during Beetlejuice. And he's playing with her tits.
Is Beetlejuice a sexy play?
It's a very erotic play, evidently. I remember the movie. It was nothing sexy about it.
You didn't grab anybody during the movie.
I guess the play is much hotter. But she was wearing a tight dress. I've seen porn stars wear more. And this dude that she's with is playing with her titties during it. They're having a party. And I mean, take away the politics. Jesus Christ. She's fun. I mean, I'd like to be at a play.
Do you want your Congress people to be fun or serious?
No, you're mixing. If you want me to talk about her as a congressperson, first of all, she's a liar. She was denying that she vaped, didn't even know what vaping was. But then when they found the video, oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, what is with that?
I'm falling short of my own standards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how did she win an election? How does a woman like that win an election? I mean, there's certain standards of like, don't lie. I mean, once you get caught lying like that, goodbye. But no one resigned.
Not anymore. No, not anymore. You don't have to leave. You just stay there and weather the storm, whatever storm there may be.
When I watch that tape, I go, God, she must be so much fun to. Oh my God.
Yeah, she's a hot girlfriend, but do we need her in Congress?
Did you notice that when he reached over?
We need her in a strip club, and we need her to give lap dances, and we need her to play with guys through their pants.
Are those real, Howard? Are those real?
I don't know. Listen, that I can't answer. I am, I examined the tape.
You cannot confirm or deny.
Those dresses are tricky. Those dresses really make them look perfect, so it's hard to tell if it's the dress or if they really are like that. She was born with them. It's pretty impressive if she was.
Next up, the good old ladies at The View.
Well, this one is kind of insane. So Lauren Boebert was kicked out of a performance at the Denver Theater last week of Beetlejuice, the musical. She then denied that any of it happened. She said nothing ever happened. And then they brought out a video and showed folks, in fact, that that's what happened. And so then she had an explanation.
Who has not gone to a matinee of Beetlejuice, gotten a little overserved, started vaping, gotten a little handsy with someone, gotten dragged out, and then flipped the bird to security?
Alyssa, you've become so interesting, Alyssa.
All right, okay, you got me.
Alyssa, you're interesting. Let me just, I like that. Let me just say, Lauren Boebert, no, honey, you weren't eccentric. You were X-rated. And this was not a show.
You lied. You were lying.
Yeah,
you said it didn't happen. That's the point.
This was not a performance of 50 Shades of Grey. It was a performance of Beetlejuice. But listen, a lot of kids. Like this weekend, I was reading all of this stuff, right? And I'm thinking to myself, it's like Republicans gone wild. So one, you got this woman Boebert getting kicked out because she was getting fondled in the middle of a matinee. Then you've got Kristi Noem, the governor of North Dakota, who's allegedly in an affair with Corey Lewandowski, who's also married. Both of them are.
I had heard that.
Then you've got Donald Trump, who's like 50 points ahead of everybody else, who cheated on his first wife with the second, on the second with the third, on the third with a stripper and a Playboy bunny who they had to pay hush money to. But here's the problem with all of this.
You haven't hit the problem? Because
I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is hypocrisy, the hypocrisy of it all.
Yeah.
Right? Lauren Boebert, we have a montage of some of the stuff she's been saying, because she's a staunch supporter of children. God forbid a child see the fake boobies of a drag queen. Apparently the fake boobies of a trash queen are okay. Let's see, watch.
We certainly shouldn't be pushing this grooming agenda in our schools. Children should
So you
not
think
be taught
people are
about
being
sex.
groomed to be transgender? Was that your school
I think they're
experience?
being sexualized. I think they're being sexualized.
They have radical gender ideology and even drag shows to impressionable young children. I urge my colleagues to pass my amendment to protect our military children from obscene content they should not be exposed to.
Well, you didn't mind exposing the pregnant woman to your vape smoke. You weren't that concerned about it then.
Boobies to all them kids.
Just shows how far removed she is from her, quote, family value. I mean, I'm just shocked that she's divorced while becoming a grandmother at 36.
Okay, so next up we have a dude named Tommy Campbell. He's a new one. You can find him on YouTube, but more importantly, just look at the caption. Low rent Boebert. Yes. Oh.
I'm very known for having a animated personality, maybe overtly animated personality. I was laughing, I was singing, having a fantastic time.
I miss living in the UK because there's a very commonly used and highly effective word for how she was behaving, and it's not eccentric. Due to the recent incident at the Beetlejuice musical in Colorado, I've instructed Representative Lauren Boebert to sit next to me at all future events. I've spoken with the doctor that I pay off, and we agree that should I suffer another malfunction, Miss Boebert will be very handy. Very handy. Very, very handy. My staff will train her on many things, including the alphabet, tying shoes, and how to use a Bluetooth speaker for the hold music she will be playing while she attempts to revive me with her eccentric techniques. Can I get a bump?
All right, here's another new YouTuber called Today's Headlines, and they're all right, but there's something about this mechanical, mundane voice reading out these hilarious tweets. I don't know, it just gets me. Tell me what you think.
Video footage that was later released also showed Boebert seemingly grope her date and be groped by him. She also said that there's a lot of folks who are certainly understanding, and they understand that it was part of my personal life, my private time, something that I rarely indulge in. The comments prompted further questions on social media. That was a first date. Journalist Aaron Rapar wrote in a post on X, formerly Twitter. The Republicans Against Trump account wrote, Lauren Boebert's lesson from the embarrassing Hansi night at the Denver theater: don't date Democrats. Chaotic added, my personal life, my private time in a theater surrounded by people, Lauren just take the L. Dave Warner wrote, but wait, did I miss something? Is she suggesting that was a first date with that guy she didn't know enough about him to realize he might be? Gasp, a Democrat? How did such a thing happen? And more importantly, how far does she actually go on a first date? Not judging, but if you put yourself out there as being a high and mighty Christian with strong morals and then you're acting like a cat in heat in public, well, those two things are kinda diametrically opposed to each other.
Ex-Republican strategist Steve Schmidt here. Come on, guys.
let's look at another totem of Weimar America, the trashy congresswoman from Colorado, Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert was on a first date when she went to a play at a Colorado theater in Denver. While there, she was out of control. She vaped and blew it in the face of a pregnant woman. She grabbed the penis of her first date. While being escorted out by security, she gave a middle finger to the working people there, asked if they knew who she was, threatened their jobs, their livelihoods because of her misconduct. Next, she lied about it. Enough already. What Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert have in common is that they are like rotting flesh from a necrotic bacteria flesh-eating disease. But the disease is eating our democracy, our republic.
Kyle Clark from the Denver News, guys. You gotta love this. You gotta love this.
It's time that we acknowledge something that may be obvious by now. We hold Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert to a different standard than every other elected official in Colorado. We hold Congresswoman Boebert to a far lower standard. If we held her to the same standard as every other elected Republican and Democrat in Colorado, we would be here near nightly chronicling the cruel, false, and bigoted things that Boebert says for attention and fundraising. This is not about politics, assuming politics is still about things like taxes, national security, healthcare, jobs, and public lands. This is about us, as journalists, recognizing that we'll hold a politician accountable if they say something vile once, but we won't do it if they do it every day. Our double standard is unfair to all the elected officials in Colorado, Republicans and Democrats, who display human decency. Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert's recent performance of sorts that got her thrown out of the theater in Denver was a lot of things, but it wasn't a surprise. I haven't seen a single person say why I am shocked that Lauren Boebert was rude, disruptive, and belligerent. This is, after all, the Congresswoman who suggested that a Muslim colleague was a suicide bomber. I haven't seen anyone surprised that Boebert did not tell the truth about what happened. Because, days before, we just fact-checked her latest false claim about migrants. I haven't seen anyone say that it was out of character for the Congresswoman to appear to berate theater staff members who were just trying to do their jobs. Really, the only surprise in all of this is that Boebert, once she got caught, apologized and said that she didn't live up to her values. What? When Boebert didn't know that the cameras were watching, she was exactly who she is when she does know people are watching. Boebert reportedly asked the theater staff, "Don't you know who I am?" Yes, we do.
Now listen here, as Karen Boebert tells TMZ the reason why she was messing up was because the guy she was feeling up was a Democrat somehow. And then, of course, Ben Marcellus of the Midas Touch gives her the 1-2.
Congresswoman, I know it's been a rough week. Or has it been?
It's always hard whenever there's gravity put on the voters. I'm here to provide levity. And lift burdens off of people. So anytime that they're carrying mine, it's something that I kind of feel deep inside. But ultimately, all future date nights have been canceled, and I learned to check party affiliations before you go on a date.
I gotta put me.
All in all,
I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first.
It was mostly a lovely time, and I've taken responsibility for my actions.
Responsibility for your actions? When was that? You lied 10 times before the video came out, and then 10 more times before the second video came out.
It is utterly shameful. And then, of course, at the end, I should check the party affiliation before I date people. No, just behave yourself to standards of responsibility. Act like an adult, please. Act like an adult. And that's the thing, going back to what we discussed earlier in this video, what Kyle Clark was talking about. This is what we say here. That's not me being a liberal or a Democrat and saying, oh, here's my Democratic position. You shouldn't blow vape into people's faces and engage in that kind of thing. No, just behave yourself normal.
I hope you're sitting down for this one. 36-year-old pro-family Christian grandmother Lauren Boebert publicly fondled the genitals of her date, who happens to be the host of gay drag shows at the bar he owns. And she is really worried about a tearing of the moral fabric of the United States of America. This is the insane coda to last week's Lauren Boebert getting kicked out of the Beetlejuice performance story. Now, I want to be really clear with all of you. The issue here is I'm going to use a word, sanctimonious nature of Boebert and her ilk about everybody else's behavior and moral codes and values and behavior, while she herself behaves in a completely inconsistent way, and also the hypocrisy of those who vote for her, although they'll get another chance to weigh in November of 2020.
Lauren Boebert. I mean, come on.
Okay, give us the story here.
Okay, so Lauren Boebert was seeing at a theater in Denver, she was seeing a musical production of Beetlejuice, and she was allegedly taking pictures or filming. They were chatty during the show and vaping, which since when does that go on? Not even, you can't even do that in a bar anymore.
Yes.
Right? So she was escorted out. There is video footage apparently.
She claimed she didn't do any of these things.
Right.
She made it seem like, oh, I was just an excited theater goer.
Me?
And then you actually watch the,
Right.
the video, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So to those ushers.
So my MVPs are those ushers who escorted her out. And she, of course, played the Don't You Know Who I Am card.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Didn't she also
Okay.
get tossed out of the State of the Union? Or that was the other one. That was Marjorie.
I think it was Marjorie.
Okay.
Just as a general rule to everyone, do you know who I am? Never works.
I'm kind of a big deal.
I'm kind of a big deal. Always blows up in your face.
Maybe
All right.
when I was a busy drunk, it was
for
my
a
favorite
reason.
line.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Do you know who I am? Yes. Now get out.
And now, for the grand finale, welcome to the stage, Lauren Boebert's mother, Snooki Boebert.
Hey! This is Shauna Snooki.
This is Lauren.
Oh, she went there. She had to call me Snooki. So, today, we're here to talk about things we hate.
And her and I, we got a lot of things we hate.
Lots.
You know what I hate? Actually, no, not this time. Let's let this whole thing run out. Because when they're done, then it's my turn. Get your popcorn ready, people. Let's go.
Okay, so you know what I hate?
What do you hate, girl?
I hate when I pull up to a red light or even a gas station and you're sitting there and you're listening to a nice country song or maybe even some classic rock and roll, some Leonard Skinner, and you get, well, I don't know if are we allowed to say Mexican?
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
It's politically correct.
Okay, Mexican.
Brown people.
Oh, I'm brown. I'm not a Mexican though. But anyways, I hate it whenever they're like playing that hat music, you know, that da 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 da, and they blast it, right? Well, one day I'm at the gas station and I'm filling up my tank, you know. Here he comes. He's got his little lowrider truck and he's blaring the frickin' Mexican music. So what do? You know what I do? I don't go to the Google. I go to my car and I crank up some rock and roll. So he goes to his car and he cranks his up even louder. So I go and I crank mine up louder. And then he goes back and turns on the bass. He got me there because I ain't got bass. So I'm screwed. So I just had to listen to his stuff. Anyways, I hate that. What do you hate?
Girl, I hate when you go to the store, to the Walmart.
To the store.
The Walmart on a Sunday afternoon. Girl, when all you want to do is you just want to get in, get your and you want to go. And you got to run into either everybody you know in town, and I know everybody.
I know everybody too.
Or you got to wait behind 80,000 other kind of people.
Brown?
Yeah, And they don't speak no English, and you trying to be friendly and get out their way, and their kids be running into you with their carts.
Oh, them little car carts?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the brown people, right?
Yeah.
Because they go
I hate
shopping
the Walmart. I hate
with the
Walmart.
whole entire family.
They go with the whole family.
They go with the
grandma and the grandpa
and
the
the
aunts and the uncles and the 80 daddies
and the cousins
and the 80 different kids with 80 different daddies.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I hate it.
And then you get in line behind them and they got two buggies.
Two damn buggies.
You don't go to the Walmart on Sunday.
No,
you just don't.
In Rifle, Colorado, you do not go to the Walmart.
In Texas, Orlando, Tampa. I think it's all those places. But anyway, if you do go to Walmart on Sunday, you got to get there before church gets out. Once the Catholic church.
Oh yeah.
This was amazing. We just saw, 3 full minutes of these Karens making fun of the way people look and their families. Well, I mean, as long as it's a party, I want to make some jokes too. Here we go. You know what I hate? When people spend more time bronzing their face than they do raising their own kids and helping them graduate high school. No, you heard that right. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert did not graduate high school. And here I was thinking this Congresswoman Lauren Boebert was just a super genius who didn't need school and decided to get her GED 3 seconds before being sworn in as a Congresswoman just to make it official, you know. Turns out, her mom is just a superficial idiot and the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah. Look it up.
You're a loser.
That's not a joke. And you know what I hate? When people use so much spray tan that they end up looking like the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. It's ridiculous. I mean, where did you get that stuff anyway? Does Donald Trump sell his own spray tan line? Classy. Since we're on spray, I mean your hair. Mwah! Resplendent. And so daring. I don't think I've ever seen anyone, on purpose, go for that Darth Vader helmet look. But you pulled it off, girl. And I guess it makes sense. Because those of us who know our Star Wars, living off and feeding on hate day after day after day is a dark side trait.
And her and I, we got a lot of things we hate.
Lots.
And did anyone else notice that her friend was trying to tamp down the racism and be a bit more aloof, if you will? But this matriarch of the Karen clan just kept interrupting her, saying, "Brown. You mean brown people." What?
You got to wait behind 80,000 other kind of people.
Brown?
Yeah. Trying to be friendly and get out their way, and their kids be running into you with their carts.
Oh, them little car carts?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the brown people, right?
Yeah.
The poor friend was like, you do know other people can see this, right? She was trying her hardest. Wow. And last but not least, guys, what is it with the whole church thing? I mean, your daughter makes it seem like she was raised literally behind the drum set at church and only came out for food and water or to find a Muslim to burn at the stake to commemorate the holy days. Turns out, you guys did church just like Trump does. You show up once every 4 years, hold someone else's Bible up in the air to make sure everyone sees you, then dip out mid-sermon so you can make it to the Walmart before the brown people show up to ruin your shopping experience.
If you do go to Walmart on Sunday, you got to get there before church gets out.
If you do go to Walmart on Sunday, you got to get there before church gets out.
Walmart. Oh, that's it. Is that where you get the MAGA tan spray from? I'm just wondering for a friend. That's it for today, guys. My gosh, if that wasn't fun, I don't know what is. Tonight, Thursday night, the 21st of September, I am doing a live for only my channel members and Patreon members. I've missed you. I skipped you a few weeks already. It's not happening again. Tonight, we're going live. Please check the community tab because I'm putting the secret link only for members in the community tab. Check it, check it, check it. All the channel members will be able to click that link and watch the live with me. And if you're on Patreon, just join in on Patreon. You'll see it. Check your email. You'll see the link there as well. Everybody, thank you so much. Look at the screen if you want to support. Visit the shop. We got mugs, hats, all that good stuff. So, you know, if the sweet sweatshirts cost too much, we got something for you there. Also, press that like button. Subscribe. It's hilarious over here. And we're a little bit more than just a regular Karen channel. We also try to help people out. We also try to teach things. It's not just Karen bashing. And if you don't believe me, check the old stuff. Check the comments. See the type of people that come here. I think you might like it. Anyway, peace.